Good morning, you guys. So today I'm filming a video that I've been getting a few questions about in the comments regarding what I do for a living, how much money do I make, how do I afford this car, where I live. I don't know if you can tell, kind of tell. I live kind of by the beach and it's a pretty awesome spot. So before we head into that, we're gonna run some errands, get a car wash, but I want to do a cold start. All right, so here it is, a cold start on a 2018 ZL1 Camaro. All right, so now that you guys saw the cold start, woo, I just went up and down 3 flights of stairs. Had to go grab some stuff before we head out. But as I've been mentioning, I've been getting questions on my most recent video, or one of my most recent videos. So if you guys haven't seen it, I made a video about getting this new car, and I'll put it, right here, and it just hit 20,000 views, which is mind-blowing. Like, to be honest, guys, like, I've been working at this since November of 2017, my YouTube channel, and I've been creating content endlessly, and I do it because it's a passion of mine, but also, like, it's really cool to see people actually engage with my content and like it, and like talk about it and engage with me about things that I have going on in my life as I, grow from, like, when I was 16, I was driving a 1991 4Runner that cost me $600 to buy. That was my first car. I bought it by myself, and none of what you see on this channel has been paid for by anyone. Everything has been earned and paid for and worked hard for by me. And so I started with a 1991 4Runner, and I've moved my way up from a 4Runner to, I remember I had an 05 Mustang, and that was a big jump for me. Keep in mind, the 4Runner had 200,000 plus miles, smelled like cigarettes, the paint was rusty. I'll see if I can find a picture and I'll put it right here. But yeah, guys, like, I went from a Mustang to another car and another car and another car, and probably 15 cars later, I bought a GTR. That was one of my dream cars. I sold it, which I wasn't expecting to do. I bought a 2018 ZL1 Camaro. Who knows how long I'll have it? Who knows, where I'll be in a year? But all I know is that if you keep working hard, if you keep chasing your dreams, you're gonna get to wherever you wanna be. And so that's kind of the topic of today's video, is the fact that, like, people keep talking about wanting to be somewhere, yet they don't back it up with actions. And I've found in life that you can talk as much as you want, and you can say that you're going to be this great and that you're going to be that great, or that this person sucks and this person is doing this and this person's not doing this. But at the end of the day, your life is the only one that matters, and what you do, what actions you take, is the life you're going to live. And so, like, I don't understand why people get so caught up in what everyone else is doing, because, like, at the end of the day, the only person who's affected is you. Whether it's your life or someone else's, and you're letting it affect you, that's on you. And so for me, I've personally just really focused on putting my head down, working hard, not being the biggest thing I found was, do not be afraid to fail and do not be afraid to try things, because the moment you are, you're gonna live your life in regret, and you're never gonna know whether that idea you had or that thing you wanted to try was gonna work or not. So, for example, I just moved to Laguna Beach, completely out of my element. I've never moved out of home, and I was like, you know what? I'm surrounding myself with a great group of people. You guys will meet my roommates later. This is a great place for marketing, to network, for the car scene, for so many things, and I'm just gonna take a risk and I'm gonna try it. And I did. I moved down here, and here I am. For better or for worse, things are starting to work out, and I'm finally getting settled in, because I've only been here for 3 weeks, a month. And so yeah, so back to the topic of this video, what do I do for a living? How is it that I afford these things? Am I faking it? Am I not? Am I kind of just clickbaiting you guys? The answer is no. I'm gonna get straight to the point. What I do for a living is marketing. ever since I've been little, I've been very into social media, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat when it came out, all the phenomenons that surround marketing, I've always been very interested in. And so in high school, when I was a junior and I got my license, I worked my butt off, and when I was a senior, I believe, or I was graduating, I got my first Tacoma. And so I fell in love with it. I had wheels on it, I modified it, I put a camper on it, put decals, all that stuff. And I was obviously like gung-ho about Tacomas, Toyotas, etc. And I started my own Instagram page called Silverback Taco, RIP. And I gained 10,000 followers on that page, and I learned the ropes to social media. I learned how to interact with your fans, how to talk to people when it came to brand deals, etc., etc. From there, I decided to launch. Keep in mind, I've always had kind of an entrepreneurial mindset because I used to flip cars in high school, but that's a whole nother story. And so, I guess it's part of it. I used to flip cars in high school. I would save up the money I had. I would buy an older car. I didn't know anything about modifying cars, like mechanically, but I did know that marketing and the psychological factor of someone's perception of a car has to do with the price they're willing to pay for it. So what I would do is I would clean it up super nice. If it needed like minor stuff like an oil change or new brakes or blah, 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 simple stuff, I would get it done, and then I would wax it, I'd polish it, I'd do the compound, I'd do everything myself. And I flipped about 3 cars, made a couple $1,000s, and it actually went pretty well. And then from there, I used that money to buy my dream cars and slowly flip them and make more money and make more money, and reinvest into myself as well. So back to the Instagram thing, I got really good at Instagram. I grew that page. I had I still do have a feature page called American Yodas, which I grew, and then I kind of stopped paying attention to. So it's like got about 8,000 or 9,000 followers. And so basically from there, I took my social media skills. I co-founded a marketing agency called H_Collective. It used to be called H Influencer Collective. Now it's called H_Collective. And so, well, technically I co-founded it. I guess you could say I was the #1 employee there. If you guys have a marketing background, know what that means. It's, you know, you basically built the company. I was there at the meeting when we decided what we wanted it to be. And so that was an influencer marketing platform, which ended up turning into an app. And yeah, I worked there for about 1.5 years. It was really, a really big learning experience for me in both good ways and bad ways. From there, I took my talents to the North Bay in California, where I founded my own marketing agency. And from there, I hired photographers, videographers, anybody, developers, anybody I needed to get it done. And I was a photographer. I am a photographer myself. But yeah, I started taking on clients and I started working with them one-on-one with projects, and that's kind of what I've been doing leading up to now. And in between there, I'm getting ready to launch a new brand, which I can't tell you guys about just yet, but I will be telling you guys very soon. I've been consulting for brands. I've been helping build I've been helping a tech platform build out apps in the Shopify world. I've been doing YouTube. I've been creating content for this and my Instagram, which will be linked right here. If you guys haven't checked it out, by the way, thank you. Little plug for myself. And yeah, guys, so basically what I do is I own a marketing agency, and I take on clients and I do consulting, I do content, I do social media marketing, I do all of that stuff. You know, like that Ty Lopez bullshit you see? Well, like, I actually do that stuff, but in real life. You know, I don't sell courses, I don't do this and that. I actually do marketing. And so whether it comes to like a full launch of a brand, when it, you know, full launch means like logo design, business plan, marketing assets, ads, influencer marketing, the whole thing. You know, I can do all of that stuff, or I can come in and kind of help you shape your business to see where you're at. And all phases of people's businesses and the development of it, I kind of step in and do the marketing aspect, and also much more. Besides the fact that I've grown up with, or not grown up, but I've associated myself with a lot of influencers, especially the people that I live with, for example, are people that I've worked with, and I live with 5 different influencers, or 4 different influencers, and they're a mixture of photographers and models, and they all have business/creative backgrounds. So it's really cool to mesh business and creative, because when you do it together, you get this really cool thing, because usually if you take a business person, they have no creative aspect to them. That's why they need to hire us, which are photographers, models, videographers, etc., to make their business look cool. But if you're the creative person, usually you have no business knowledge, so you don't know how to make money, you don't know how to run your own business, or you just don't know how to scale it properly. So when you mesh both of them together, you kind of get this like it's almost like a power couple, you know? And so I feel like I've been able to do that myself, and I've been able to surround myself with people that are just as good or better than me, smarter than me, think quicker or more creative than me, because that is the key, surrounding yourself with people that are ultimately going to push you to be the best version of yourself. So I know this video isn't exactly all that exciting and you know, car packed as other videos, but I have been getting this question a lot, and I really wanted to address it so that you guys out there, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to comment down below, or DM me on my Instagram at miguelagutierrez.com. That would be a website, just my Instagram, or email me, Miguel at ycollective, whycollective.co. Ask me any questions, you know, pitch me ideas, I can give you some advice. You know, I have a lot of cool stuff I'm working on that I can't tell you just yet. There's a process, and once those things are in place, I'll share with you the different things I'm working on. But yeah, guys, just work as hard as you can, keep your head down, and if you ever need help, don't be afraid to ask, and don't be afraid to try things, because that is the key to everything. I couldn't stress that more. If it wasn't for me trying and failing and trying and failing, and believe me, it's not all success. Like I've lost $11,000 in 48 hours. 48 hours. $12,000 or $11,000 in 48 hours. That hurt, and that alone taught me a huge lesson. Not just in the mistake I literally made, or mistakes, but also in bouncing back from that. Like, if you that's $11,000. Imagine. I feel like when you say it can't be put into perspective, like how much money that actually is. But like, if you break it down into logical terms, like imagine how many meals you can buy with $11,000. Like, imagine spending $10 a day on lunch, and now divide that by 11,000, and you tell me how many meals you can buy. So I don't know, guys, that's just what I do, and I'll continue to be honest and upfront and transparent with you guys. But I really wanted to share this because I know there's a lot of you out there that are looking maybe for inspiration, or are wanting to find out, you know, like there's kind of this like facade that YouTubers don't really tell you what they actually do for a living, or you're always kind of wondering, like, how do they afford that, how do they do this? Like, it's expensive to live. It's expensive to live in a house. It's expensive to own a car like this, to pay the insurance, the gas, the maintenance, all of that stuff that comes with it. It's expensive. And so, you know, I don't blame you guys for wondering what I do or someone else does for a living. And this is by no means meant to brag or meant to come across in a negative way. Matter of fact, I actually want to inspire you guys, and I want you guys to know what I do, so that if this is something you want to do, or if you don't want to do it at all, but you just want to hear from someone else what their experience has been growing up. You know, I'm 21 years of age. Like, I'm still a baby. Like Gary Vaynerchuk says, like, you can be 30, you can be 40, you still have so much life left. And so right now, like, is the time to try everything. And if you fail, you have the rest of your life to make it up. So truly, thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate all of the support on my videos. And if you guys wouldn't mind just giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing down below, it would really mean a lot to me. And again, if you guys haven't seen my videos, just feel free to check them out, and let me know what you think. You know, I'm trying to be as genuine and honest as possible. And so it makes me really excited and really happy to create content when a video like the one of me buying my new car, which has been so special to me, blows up and gets 20,000 views. It's just like, it's a really good feeling, and I'm super excited to share with you guys more. So if you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and let me know down below what you think of everything I said. And also, like, let me know what kind of videos you guys want to see. You know, I'm here for you guys. You and I are connecting. So Or at least I hope we are. So yeah, let me know what you guys want to see. So I will see you guys soon. And again, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate your support, and I will see you guys in the next clip.